Leo, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here today. This is going to be your guys' read for the month of March 2022. This is a general read here, so where it is a general read, just keep in mind where it's for the Leo collective and many different people. There may be messages here that do not resonate with your situation. So if that's the case, it simply means the message is meant for someone else, and at the end of the day, we definitely want to make sure that everyone is receiving the messages they're intended to receive, right? I wanted to point out as well, before we get right into the read, timelines here, time frames. For some reason, I feel as though this is, for a large percentage of you guys, going to move into April. Right, so the first week, maybe even the second week of April, these energies, it just might be a little bit of a slower moving energy, and when it hits you, it might extend into that part of April. So just be open and flexible with the timelines. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all taking care of the self, making yourself a priority, filling your own cup. Wait, there's some message here that needs to come forward, and I really can't put my finger on it. So just put that out there before we get started. The messages need to come forward for our Leo collective, March 2022. Please send forward messages and guidance and wisdom and knowledge for our Leo collective. Interesting. The first card up is it's a major arcana, right? So I have to say, during the month of March, collectively, I mean, it's quite evident that there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on for everyone during this specific point in time. I kind of feel like you are the not calming influence, but you're stable, you're grounded, you're likely helping others to work through, if someone is panicking, you're likely that person who's able to talk them down in some way. And I think perhaps you don't even realize how important and significant you are to the whole. And I think that's a big part of the message that I couldn't put my finger on, that really strongly needs to be coming forward during this reading. Okay, so you also have a predominantly masculine energy here, and I really like the fact that the masculine energy is moving in this reading. It's a predominant energy, but it's also, it has a lot of feminine characteristics. So I hope this is going to make sense. I'm going to try to explain it the best way possible. So I think what it means is the predominantly masculine collective is really starting to feel more open and receptive to their heart space. So allowing themselves to live from the heart space, and whereas before it may have been more so not perceived as strong in society and maybe seen as more weak. But I feel that there is a big turnaround here, and I think it's in a large part because of you, Leo. So with that being said, your guys' first card up is the Hierophant card. Beautiful divine energies here to start the reading. You guys are very, very much in tune with your own heart space. You guys are very much divinely being guided during this time. You're very much tapped into spiritual connections during this time. For you guys, it's a big, big, big symbol of togetherness. It's a really, really big omen here of just healing, unity, right? Healing in a group, healing. It could be the unity between the masculine and feminine, the masculine and feminine energies. And for some reason, I'm quite tongue-tied when I'm trying to get the messages out here in the reading. So I just want to point that out. So you might be trying to verbalize something and you just can't get the right words. You can't get the right message. You can't blurt it out in a way that you feel you want to. You just don't have the words. So it's also another indication that you're living from a heart space. And maybe that's new for you, so maybe that's why you're experiencing that feeling. I just did another read and the energies were completely different, so I just wanted to point that out as well. This is a big personal development in the sense that it's an eye-opening I want to say connection, but I think you're having conversations with others that you may not have experienced in the past or felt comfortable with in the past or have been willing to do so in the past. There's a really, really strong pull around your spiritual gifts, and I feel you're starting to feel the excitement around possibly moving more so through the heart space and into spirituality, basically. But this also can very much represent just a need or a feeling of needing to conform. So that is in the background, that lingering feeling. But overall, it's a radiant, joyful, beautifully blissful feeling here in your aura to begin the reading. Love that so much. I think you're also getting quite a bit of confidence in the self, and not necessarily confidence in your skills. It's a different type of confidence. It's a confidence that you're not looking for others' approval, right? You're living life on your own terms, and I think this is huge for you guys during this time. King of Spirals. This is going to be King of Spirals are wands in traditional tarot. It's that masculine energy. It's a dominant, usually energy when it's masculine. It's very determined. It's very independent. It's I love the fact that the biggest thing that stands out here is it's honest. It's very, very honest. If you are being a rebel during this time, for example, you're doing it for a cause because you're passionate about a cause. Very much not afraid to stand out in a crowd. I love this so much for you guys. You're very much a doer during this time rather than a thinker. But you also have a really big energy of just thriving on an energy of excitement. You really, really like to live life to the fullest, and I think that you're doing so in an entirely different way. You've experienced different things in the past through this masculine energy, and I think what's coming up here is you're going to start experiencing completely new experiences through the feminine side or heart space side of your masculine energy. So it's like opening up a whole new world to you, essentially. And this is quite spiritually too, when I talk about that. Yeah, so there's a lot of not having to worry about bowing down to other people. You are confident in that way. You're confident about who you are as an individual. You're confident about your, I don't want to say beliefs, but in your own will to do what you know is right, or even more so what you feel is coming from your heart. You feel that maybe for the first time in a while, what's coming from your heart is see, I'm at a loss for words. It's good, it's true, it's real, it's right. So you know that during this time especially, you can follow that and it won't steer you wrong during this time. So intuition, for example, could be quite heightened during this time, and you have the confidence enough to follow it during this time as well. All right, so moving on, we have 4 of spirals. And in traditional tarot, this is going to be your 4 of wands. You're going to trust. With 4 of wands here, you're going to trust. You're going to trust in the self. You're going to trust in your path moving forward. You're going to trust and have faith and then knowing that everything is coming together regardless of how it appears on the outside at this time. This is really predicting a lot of love and laughter and excitement and celebrations with your loved ones, and there's something seaside. Something seaside's up here. This must be a specific message. Something seaside. So you might be taking a vacation or a trip to somewhere, a seaside village or a small town, or something along those lines. And that could be quite a connection for you with invitations, maybe of family or friends. Or it could even just be something that's really a place or a space where you can tap into more spiritual energy. It's a very, very positive place physically for you to be during this time. All right, so 5 of spirals. So you guys have a lot of spirals here in your reading, a lot of spirals. So you guys have a lot of wands. 5 of wands. This is a really big indication and a reminder that there's going to be points that are going to come up, and this is normal and natural, especially during things that are happening in the collective, and there's just so many events going on during this time that it's going to be really hard not to experience this. So it's perfectly normal. It's about a sense of just frustration or a need to feel, a need to fight, or again, coming back to more of an ego space instead of staying in that heart space. So it can be a struggle to stay in the heart space during times, but I feel as though you're not going to be overthrown by the ego during this time. So that's a really, really big message. There's potential, of course, for disagreements and rivalries and conflicts when this comes up. I think you're saying no to power struggles. That's a big, big message. So if there's any rivalries in your family and friendships, you're saying no. No to the fights. No, you're taking your freedom back. You're understanding that it's insecurities on their end and it has nothing to do with you. Excuse me. So you're really staying out of the drama. You have a great sense of peace going on here. You also have your own, your own issues to deal with, and you really don't want to add right to the plate. You don't want to add any unnecessary conflict because you already have enough going on, on a day-to-day basis during our current reality. The world is in chaos during this time, so you just don't see the point in adding to that. So you have two major arcana. This is the second one. This is the Star card. To me, this is one of the better omens that comes up in a read. Very, very positive to see. It's about your hopes. It's about having hope. It's about healing. There's a lot of healing that's needed in the collective, and you're open, willing, confident enough, and you're actually stable, which is a big, big, big thing here as well. You're stable enough to know that you can move forward in whatever healing needs to happen for you. This is just a really beautiful potential for you to dream the biggest dream for yourself and start working towards something. The thing in this read is it's going to bring any chaos that you've had. It's going to kind of be that the light after the darkness. It brings that calm back after the chaos. It's moving you forward into healing. If you've been through a period of sadness, this is really a big indication here that lighter and brighter times are on their way and want to come to you. Yeah, so that's really what's coming forward there. And again, we have another spiral, so another wand. Last card is 6 of spirals, so we have 6 of wands energy. Make sure you guys can see that picture. Confidence, right? This is confidence, the meaning of this card, and just empowerment. Also a very, very positive card in the deck. So to have the Star card and then this card come out immediately following is a really positive, very, very, very positive indication for you, Leo, that good things are coming your way if you allow them to. It's a yes card. It's a big time yes card. So if you've been looking for an indication, if you've been questioning things, the answer is yes. And it's overwhelming, and it's coming from a heart center, a heart space. There's something as well about being in a spotlight of some kind. So this could be you're putting your own self in a spotlight, so you may be kind of shining a light on your darker sides of your personality, which is a way that you're allowing yourself to heal those darker aspects of the self, and then allow the light to shine through as a result. Or for others, it could be feeling as though you're put in the spotlight because of just how joyfully and radiantly your aura is at this time, how you're living from a heart space. You have stability and confidence during a time that is chaotic in the world. So really kind of just getting up and wanting to live your life to the fullest. And I think you've experienced certain things up to this point in life that you are starting to realize that it's time to leave those experiences behind and then just start a new path And there's so many, so many new experiences that you didn't even, whether or not you didn't think you deserved them, or you've been programmed with certain beliefs, right, during your upbringing. Whatever it is for you, you're really understanding that there's so much more than you've ever been told. And you're just really excited to kind of take that new journey. Love it so much, Leo. Beautiful. All right, so that's the end of your guys' read. Let's go ahead and get an inspirational message. Always want to get an inspirational message here to end the reading. Came out quite quickly. It says, I am communicating my needs. And on the back it says, your needs matter. Yes, they do. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated it? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? That's a big message. At the bottom it says, today's soul action. Journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? So it's interesting that this came up. So a lot of your desires, perhaps during this time that are coming up, you want to be saying yes to and you haven't been. So now is the time to do that. Moving on, it says, I am telling my full truth. Am I telling my full truth? So taking off that mask, that ego, whatever it is, right, in your situation, and living from a heart space. Beautiful. I do believe that my needs matter, and I do share them with others. Do I ask for what I want? That's a big question here to contemplate. When communicating my needs, what am I resisting with? What am I resisting and with whom? What do I need to order? What do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? So communication might be what you're journaling about during this time. I think that's just a beautiful way to start saying yes to your desires. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me until the end of this video, until the end of this read here today. I am so happy and grateful and humbled to have been able to do this reading here for you. So thank you so much to all of those who are in this community and who supported this channel throughout the past few years. Anyone who's new, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. So I hope you guys are all taking care of the self. You guys are filling your own cup on a regular basis, making yourselves a priority. So until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and stay safe. Bye.